Alright everybody, welcome back to the next episode in our Dragon Age Inquisition Let's Play. We have made it to Haven, and we are going to be exploring the village today a little bit, get our main quests going, open up the Hinterlands, and yeah. So let's do that. Hello everybody. Thank you for waiting for me. We need to go talk to Cassandra before we can do anything.
Chancellor Roderick says that their Chancellor wants nothing to do with us. That isn't Chancellor Roderick.
Have you gone completely mad? She should be... Chain her! I want her prepared for travel to the capital for trial.
Disregard that and leave us.
Yeah, leave us.
You walk a dangerous line, Seeker.
The breach is stable, but it is still a threat. I will not ignore it.
I did everything I could to close the breach. It almost killed me.
Yet you live. A convenient result insofar as you're concerned.
Have a care, Chancellor. The breach is not the only threat we face.
Someone was behind the explosion at the Conclave. Someone most holy did not expect. Perhaps they died with the others, or have allies who yet live.
I am a suspect?
You, and many others.
But not the prisoner.
I heard the voices in the temple. The Divine called to her for help.
So her survival, that thing on her hand, all a coincidence.
Providence. The Maker sent her to us in our darkest hour.
Well, we were going to play as a stoic, introverted, quiet type, so yeah, let's choose
The breach
that
is
one.
stable now. What more do you want from me?
We must try again.
The breach remains, and your mark is still our only hope of closing it.
This is not for you to decide.
You know what this is, Chancellor. A writ from the Divine, granting us the authority to act. As of this moment, I declare the Inquisition Reborn. We will close the breach, we will find those responsible, and we will restore order with or without your approval.
This is the Divine's directive. Rebuild the Inquisition of old. Find those who will stand against the chaos. We aren't ready. We have no leader, no numbers. And now, no Chantry support.
But we have no choice. We must act now, with you at our side.
What is the Inquisition of old, exactly?
It preceded the Chantry. People who banded together to restore order in a world gone mad.
After, they laid down their banner and formed the Templar Order, but the Templars have lost their way. We need those who can do what must be done, united under a single banner once more.
But aren't you still part of the Chantry?
Is that what you see?
The Chantry will take time to find a new Divine. And then it will wait for her direction.
But we cannot wait. So many Grand Clerics died at the Conclave. No, we are on our own. Perhaps forever.
You're trying to start a holy war.
We are already at war. You are already involved. Its mark is upon you. As to whether the war is holy, that depends on what we discover.
What if I refuse?
You can go if you wish.
You should know that while some believe you chosen, many still think you guilty. The Inquisition can only protect you if you are with us.
We can also help you.
It will not be easy if you stay, but you cannot pretend this has not changed you.
When I woke up, I certainly didn't picture this outcome.
Neither did we.
Help us fix this before it's too late.
And there it is. The official beginnings of the Inquisition. Let's see. So, let's see. There are a couple of things we need to do here in Haven. Let's go do these first. This is also where my new game plus is going to factor in, because most of the mods that make that possible have things to do here in Haven. For instance, the vendor near the door, he has all the herbs and flowers I need to upgrade every single potion in the game to its maximum, plus enough for 1,000 health potions, I believe. So we have to go buy that. We also need to go synchronize our collectibles with the Golden Nook, which is just outside the gate. But first, let's go talk to
Who's
Adon.
back from the dead? Again.
I don't recall meeting you before.
I'd be surprised if you did. You weren't particularly coherent. Someone had to patch you up after you staggered out of making knows where, though. So, you're welcome.
I didn't realize. Thank you.
Yeah, well, you can pay me back by fixing the world. Name's Adon. I'm in charge of keeping our little band here stocked with potions and elixirs. Not that Seeker Pentagast seems to care whether we've got the supplies to actually do that.
For a healer, you don't seem particularly nurturing.
I'm not a healer. I'm an alchemist who's forced to play Mother Hen. You want something to burst into flame on contact with the air? Done. Gladly. Patching up wounded soldiers is a waste of my time and talents. But there are a few around who can help.
How are your people holding up?
There's no shortage of work. That's for damn sure.
Is there anything I can do to help out?
We're fine as far as raw labor goes. You've more important things to do than tend to me. I only wish I'd been able to find Master Tajin's notes. Old bastard was working on something special. He died at the Conclave, and his notes weren't here. Been too busy dealing with the wounded to look for them.
How do I go about having potions made?
Just take a look there and tell me what you'd like. Find a recipe for something better, I can make that too.
Okay, I'm gonna hold off on talking to my companions for just a little bit.
Have you heard about the refugees out in the Hinterlands, near Redcliffe?
Hard going. The mages and the temple.
At least most of them.
So I know I don't need to collect any elf fruit. It's just a habit. I've played this game so many times. I know exactly where all the elf fruits are. I know. I still think I need them, but I don't.
Thank you for hurrying with the potions. It's storming the winter.
I don't see why we need to build siege equipment. We're not laying siege to anything.
That's an excellent point, Recruit. But if someone comes to lay siege to us, perhaps it will be best for us to have some means to fight back.
So I'm skipping over a lot of codex entries here. Mainly because, especially the early ones, I already know. I will be reading some more of them and take a closer look at some of them once we get out into the world. These ones in Haven I've already read like 100 times. I know all of them. But we will dig a little deeper into the lore once we are out and about in the world.
Ah, you're awake and out of Lady Cassandra's clutches. And here I paid that little knife ear to inform me the moment you were free. No matter, no matter. Segret, honored to meet you. Thank you for all you've done, and hopefully will still do.
What do you think I'll be doing exactly?
Word's already spreading that if anyone can close that blighted thing in the sky, it's you. Anything you need is yours. For a reasonable price, of course. Supplies are a little tight, given the circumstances.
What kind of person stays to run a shop at a time like this?
The kind with nowhere else to go. Those blasted demons destroy most of my goods. If I stay here, work some contacts, I can start rebuilding. Maybe, just maybe, help you folks out in the process.
You must speak with most everyone here. How are people doing?
Hope and fear in equal measure. No one really knows what it means when an Inquisition is called. Yet. And everyone's sort of digesting the idea of a dwarf, maybe, possibly, being sent by Andraste herself. It's, not really what anyone was expecting. Herself included, I wager.
Can I see what you have for sale?
Of course. My wares are at the table.
Okay. So here is part 1 of the New Game Plus. First of all, I can sell anything for a ridiculous amount of money. Just so we don't have to worry about money ever again. We already maxed out. Oh, shit. Didn't mean to do that. We already maxed out our numbers there in the bottom. I want to rebuy that flower that I sold you. On the other hand, things also cost a ton. But the most important thing that this vendor has is we can buy power, which we can do in Skyhold as well later on. Yeah, just for the start of the game. I'm not sure how much I need, so I'm not buying any just yet. What I want to do is get the 4 perks that give extra conversation options. So we have all the conversation options that we could possibly need right from the beginning. This shop also sells all schematics, tier 1 schematics, that are not synced by the Golden Nug. So we're going to buy all of those. Not that I will use them, but just to have them. And here we have every single herb, flower, whatever, that we need to upgrade every single potion to the max. So let me buy these real quick. And voila! That is that. I also bought a few blank rune stones already, not that probably need a lot. And the final thing this shop has is an unlimited amount of amulets of power, which can be used by any character. I'm not going to buy any of those right now. But we can now upgrade every single potion that we have. Did I go here? I think I did. So, time for the Golden Nug.
Do you have information confirming that the main has revealed to me, as there is but one knowledge.
Here he is.
He wants to field a decent cavalry. It needs.
So this gives us power and influence as well. Mainly because we complete a whole lot of quests by doing this.
Expected you'd be by. I'm Harriet, and everyone knows who you are. How's the new gear fit?
It doesn't really matter in the long run.
Of course it does. World's gone mad. Stock armor and blades are good against bandits, but we're not fighting bandits. My gear will see you through demons, apostates, whatever this world throws at you. So, you need custom work, something special. You bring the materials to us, we'll make it happen.
Who outfits the Inquisition soldiers?
Not me. I've got work to do. Can't be passing a sword to every blighter who signs up. If you want to help the troops, talk to Thren, the quartermaster. She'll set up requisitions.
How did you come to be here?
Come from a little town called Lothering. Long gone now. I was in Redcliffe when the Darkspawn hit it during the Blight. Helped rebuild. Left when royalty decided it was time to hand the place over to the bloody mages. Ended up here. Just missed the boom. Can't decide if I'm the luckiest son of a bitch walking or the exact opposite.
You're still walking. That's always good.
True enough.
What can you and your team make here?
Arms and armor. We work iron to blighted dragonbone if you've got it. Our designs are simple, but they get the job done. You want something fancy, bring your own design. We'll see what we can do.
If I want something, what can you make?
Start simple. Something to keep you safe. Take a look at it on the table there and we can talk. You'll need materials. We should have what you want just outside.
Can you help improve my arms and armor?
Yes. You find a new piece, a pauldron or greaves, we'll take care of you. You can't just slap a new hilt on your sword in the field. Bring it here, we'll make sure it's done right and proper.
Goodbye.
Right.
Alright, what is... Oh, we leveled up, nice. What is the first thing we need to do here? I think it's have some armor made or modify some armor. I am a warrior, so heavy armor. Yeah, I don't have any materials. Because we need to buy those as well. Can I buy those here? Last time my mod here didn't work. I can buy the divine things. Oh, it's a nice dress. This is what we're wearing on Spa Day, right? And these are not for me. Also, Amulets of Power, Essence of Perfection. More. These are the schematics. Yeah. This is also from a mod. These are the schematics from, I believe it's multiplayer. And some NPCs that have unique armor and weapons. We can make those as well now. But that means that our materials don't work in here, so we have to buy those in the Hinterlands later on. So we can't finish anything in everything in Haven just yet. What we can do is go get this logging stand that we need. And Master Tegan's notes, which are in here.
I should look around.
So we're going to be doing a little bit of a speed run until we get into the Hinterlands and on the crossroads where the merchant is that sells my materials that I need. Which means we can also do a little bit of a speed run to get most of our companions. Farah, Vivian, Blackwall, Iron Bull. But as long as we're here, we might as well... Cassandra and Colin aren't available yet, because Cassandra is still in the Chantry. So, while we are here, we might as well talk to Varric and Solas, because those two have quests for us for early on in the Hinterlands. So,
now that Cassandra's out of earshot, are you holding up all right? I mean, you go from being the most wanted criminal in Thedas to joining the armies of the faithful. Most people would have spread that out over more than one day.
It's not so bad. I'm taking it in stride.
Better than most of us, then. For days now, we've been staring at the breach, watching demons and maker knows what fall out of it. Bad for morale would be an understatement. I still can't believe anyone was in there and lived.
If it was that bad, why did you stay? Cassandra said you were free to go.
I like to think I'm as selfish and irresponsible as the next guy, but thousands of people died on that mountain. I was almost one of them, and now there's a hole in the sky. Even I can't walk away and just leave that to sort itself out.
The breach needs to be sealed. The sooner the better.
If it can be sealed, you might want to consider running at the first opportunity. I've written enough tragedies to recognize where this is going. Heroes are everywhere. I've seen that. But the hole in the sky, that's beyond heroes. We're going to need a miracle.
Can you give us your red lyrium quest already?
Something?
The red lyrium we found at the temple seemed to upset you.
My brother Bartrand and I sort of discovered red lyrium during an expedition in the deep roads.
These dogs are
Located
very
in ancient
quiet.
Tyke, so old it barely looked dwarven. There was this idol there made of it. Bartrand brought it back to the surface, and, well, everything's gone downhill from there.
So what is it? Just another kind of lyrium?
The red stuff is lyrium like a dragon is a lizard. It's not just a different color. It has a whole host of weirdness all its own. I've written to every mining cast house in Orzammar. No one's seen this stuff before or knows where it came from.
What makes it special?
Regular lyrium can mess you up pretty badly, but you have to ingest it for that to happen. Red lyrium messes with your mind when you're just near the stuff. You hear singing, get violent, paranoid, and then it does creepy shit. Makes things float, brings statues to life. I've had a few alchemists studying it in Kirkwall, in shifts.
Why do you have red lyrium?
My brother kept a sliver when he sold it. I'm pretty sure he held on to it because it was already talking to him. That little shard drove him mad. After his death, I found it hidden in his house. We brought the shit to the surface, Bartrand and I. I wanted to find out if there was a way to shut it up. So far, it looks like the answer is no.
If red lyrium is as dangerous as you say, why do you keep it?
I've heard that shit singing to me. I know better than anyone how bad it is. In Orzammar, miners keep regular, non-crazy raw lyrium in special lead-lined containers. Actually, it's a huge secret how they're constructed. Keeps surface folk from horning in on the lyrium trade. I pulled a lot of strings and got a smith to build me 4 of them nested inside each other. Nobody gets to study it up close for more than an hour, and they have to wait a week between shifts.
I think that's enough on red lyrium.
Yeah, not really my favorite subject.
Good. Good. That is the quest that we needed.
Welcome back. Fix the door just like you asked, Flitter.
Can I get you something for your trouble?
Master Harry.
Can I get you anything?
What can you tell me about this area?
Adan is Haven's apothecary. He's been making potions and tending to the wounded as best he can. Harriet is the Inquisition smith. Whatever he can make you, Thread the quartermaster can probably find. And for anything fancier, you can try buying from Cedric. His prices aren't too high. Yet? Oh, there's also Minave. She studies beasts and things, as I understand.
Farewell.
Goodbye.
While we're here, let's talk to Solas as well.
The chosen of Andraste, the blessed hero sent to save us all.
I've no interest in being a hero. All I want is to find a way to seal this breach.
Pragmatic, but ultimately irrelevant. I've journeyed deep into the Fade in ancient ruins and battlefields to see the dreams of lost civilizations. I've watched as hosts of spirits clash to reenact the bloody past in ancient wars, both famous and forgotten. Every great war has its heroes. I'm just curious what kind you'll be.
So, Solas is a little bit of a different character from every other character in that no matter who you talk to, if you want to ask a question, usually on the left side of the conversation wheel, you can still get back to the normal answers. But Solas is one of the only characters in the game where if you ask a question, that continues the conversation.
What do you mean, ruins and battles?
And he usually approves
Any
of
building
asking
strong enough to
questions.
withstand the rigors of time has a history. Every battlefield is steeped in death. Both attract spirits. They press against the veil, weakening the barrier between our worlds. When I dream in such places, I go deep into the Fade. I can find memories no other living being has ever seen.
You fall asleep in the middle of ancient ruins? Isn't that dangerous?
I do set wards. And if you leave food out for the giant spiders, they are usually content to live and let live.
I'm not sure how our character thinks about magic. She is a dwarf, so she doesn't know magic, as in, you know, dwarfs don't have magic. I think she's been long enough on the surface that she's gotten used to magic. And I also think that she would be very curious about dream walking, because she doesn't dream herself. And I think maybe that's something that she's been a little bit jealous of for most of her life. Especially after coming to the surface, when she met other people, other races, not just dwarves, but other races, elves, humans. All of those dream and go to the fate when they dream, except for dwarves. So I think she would be a little bit jealous of that, and I think she would be impressed by Solas as a dreamwalker who can manipulate those dreams.
I've never heard of anyone going so far into the Fade. That's extraordinary.
Thank you. It's not a common field of study for obvious reasons. Not so flashy as throwing fire or lightning. The thrill of finding remnants of a 1,000-year-old dream? I would not trade it for anything. I will stay there. At least until the breach has been closed.
Was that in doubt?
I am an apostate surrounded by Chantry forces in the middle of a mage rebellion. Cassandra has been accommodating, but you understand my caution.
Well, we do have bigger problems.
The giant hole in the sky trumps any other concerns. We can worry about the rest later.
Yes. Who can say what this world will look like when we are done fighting for it? But now let us hope either the mages or the Templars have the power to seal the breach.
Let us hope so. Okay.
I shall embrace you. In my arms lies
Got the...
If you've got lyrium to sell, Commander Cullen is handling all purchases. Oh, you're her.
Yeah, it's me.
Inquisition Quartermaster. I'm doing what I can to supply this mess. If you find what I need to fill one of my requisitions, I'd appreciate you bringing it in.
What do you do here?
I make sure the Inquisition troops have food in their bellies and iron in their hands. Both are important. Lots of people expecting us to be heroes, marching all day to fight the demons. Turns out heroes need to dig latrines just like everyone else.
How does someone end up as quartermaster for the Inquisition?
I served for Eldon under 10 Loghain MacTier. Best commanding officer this world has ever seen. After they all turned on him at Denerim, though, there wasn't much use for people who held that opinion. Queen Honora offered my services to the Inquisition. It was a kindness. She knew I supported her father and got me away from the political garbage.
So, obviously, we know Loghain. We know what he did. Because we played Origins. But this person, our character, has not played Origins. She has only heard what other people say about Loghain. And although she has no personal stake in believing in him, like Thran has, she would also have no reason to assume that Loghain is a traitor, other than what people have told her. But the events of Origins largely played out in the southern part of the country, of the world. And she is from the Free Marches. So, you know, she wouldn't even have heard a whole lot of Loghain is a traitor things, because it was a little far from home for her. So I'm going to say, no wonder you're unpopular.
With that attitude, I can't imagine how you made enemies in Denerim.
People just don't want to hear the truth. I was at Ostagar, and I know what really happened. King Kalen overextended his position, and the Grey Wardens were too late lighting the signal. Following the original plan would have gotten everyone killed. Tanlogain made the right decision. I apologize. Sister Liliana told me I shouldn't talk about this. Just forget it.
What did you mean when you mentioned requisitions?
I'm making this Inquisition run with what we have, but we're not a real army. We're stretched thin on materials, so I've put up a requisition list for anything that could help our people. Here, take a look. You find some iron and a good logging site, maybe Varric can get our troops better weapons.
If I have material for a special order, do I bring it to you?
Just take it over there. One of my boys will take the materials or jot down what you found.
Farewell.
Make a go with you. Nice work.
Alright, that is done as well. Liliana isn't here yet either, because she's also still in the Chantry. So, let's get going.
Does it trouble you?
Little bit of texture pop in there. We are going to stick to this one.
Not really.
What's important is that your mark is now stable, as is the breach. You've given us time, and Solas believes a second attempt might succeed, provided the mark has more power. The same level of power used to open the breach in the first place. That is not easy to come by.
Clearly you have something in mind.
We do. You've met Commander Cullen, leader of the Inquisition's forces.
It was only for a moment on the field. I'm pleased you survived.
This is Lady Josephine Montelier, our ambassador and chief diplomat.
I've heard much. It's a pleasure to meet you at last.
And of course, you know Sister Liliana.
My position here involves a degree of...
She is our spy master.
Yes, tactfully put, Cassandra.
Cassandra tells me you have a plan.
I mentioned that your mark needs more power to close the breach for good.
Which means we must approach the rebel mages for help.
And I still disagree. The Templars could serve just as well.
We need power, Commander. Enough magic poured into that mark.
Might destroy us all. Templars could suppress the breach, weaken it, so...
Pure speculation.
I was a Templar. I know what they're capable of.
Unfortunately, neither group will even speak to us yet. The Chantry has denounced the Inquisition, and you specifically.
They still think I'm guilty.
That is not the entirety of it any longer. Some are calling you, a dwarf, the Herald of Andraste. That frightens the Chantry. The remaining clerics have declared it blasphemy, and we, heretics, for harboring you.
Chancellor Roderick's doing, no doubt.
It limits our options. Approaching the mages or Templars for help is currently out of the question.
Just how am I the Herald of Andraste?
People saw what you did at the temple, how you stopped the breach from growing. They have also heard about the woman seen in the rift when we first found you. They believe that was Andraste.
Even if we tried to stop that view from spreading...
Which we have not.
The point is, everyone is talking about you.
It's quite the title, isn't it? How do you feel about that?
It's a little unsettling.
I'm sure the Chantry would agree.
People are desperate for a sign of hope. For some, you're that sign. And to others, a symbol of everything that's gone wrong.
They aren't more concerned about the breach? The real threat?
They do know it's a threat. They just don't think we can stop it.
The Chantry is telling everyone you'll make it worse. There is something you can do. A Chantry cleric by the name of Mother Giselle has asked to speak to you. She is not far and knows those involved far better than I. Her assistance could be invaluable.
Why would someone from the Chantry help a declared heretic?
I understand she's a reasonable sort. Perhaps she does not agree with her sisters. You will find Mother Giselle tending to the wounded in the Hinterlands near Redcliffe.
Look for other opportunities to expand the Inquisition's influence while you're there.
We need agents to extend our reach beyond this valley, and you're better suited than anyone to recruit them.
In the meantime, let's think of other options. I won't leave this all to the Herald.
So, the war table. As I said, I want to acquire all these knowledge perks first, so we get some more dialogue options. And we need to scout the Hinterlands, which gives us this little cutscene. Okay, that is the Hinterlands unlocked, and I am going to quickly travel there, do the crossroads, and then come back.
Herald of Andraste. I've heard the stories. Everyone has. We know what you did at the breach. Good to see another dwarf in the Inquisition. There aren't many of us around. Inquisition Scout Harding, at your service. All of us here, will do whatever we can to help.
Harding, huh? Ever been to Kirkwall's Hightown?
I can't say I have. Why?
You'd be Harding and... No, never mind.
Ugh.
I'm starting to worry about these stories that everyone's heard.
Oh, there's nothing to worry about. They only say you're the last great hope for Thetis.
Oh, wonderful.
The Hinterlands are as good a place as any to start fixing things. We came to secure horses from Redcliffe's old horsemaster. I grew up here, and people always said that Dennett's herds were the strongest and the fastest this side of the Frostbacks. But with the Mage Templar fighting getting worse, we couldn't get to Dennett. Maker only knows if he's even still alive. Mother Giselle's at the crossroads helping refugees and the wounded. Our latest reports say that the war's spread there too. Corporal Vale and our men are doing what they can to help protect the people, but they won't be able to hold out very long. You best get going. No time to lose.
All right. Welcome to the Hinterlands, and looking at the time, I think we are going to end it right here for today. So next episode we'll be going down there to the crossroads, get some quests going, get some power, and see if we can find some more companions. But for now, this has been it for today. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye bye.